Yo, 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 yo. You already know what it is. It's your motherfucking boy, Cage in the Basement. We live, we lit, and I'm back. Swamp versus KCJ. What happened? Now, let me get this straight. Did KCJ just 3-0 Swamp 30? Now, look. This man didn't choke. He didn't stumble. He had a pretty clean performance. It just wasn't enough. Wasn't enough. Not only was it not enough, he didn't win one round. KCJ was amazing. Actually, salute to her. KCJ was amazing. She was real fire in this battle. Because, look, I saw her last few battles, and I thought she was fire in those battles, too. I saw the battle with her and Miss Merck. Thought that was fire. I also saw the battle with her and Coffee. I still thought she did good in that battle, too. But, now, if you would have told me she going 3-0 Swamp, I would have never believed that. So salute to KCJ because she was actually amazing in this battle. I like that. Now Swamp got dog walk. I'm not gonna hold you. He was out there. But look, he came with 3 clean rounds, but he lost every round. He got his fucking ass whipped, man. KCJ straight sunned this man. He was looking crazy up there. And hold the phone. Did this nigga have on a motherfucking army fatigue blazer? What the fuck was that? This nigga had on a fucking fatigue sports jacket? Come on, did somebody tell me that this nigga have on a fucking fatigue blazer with a fatigue button up? This nigga was up there looking crazy. Crazy. What the fuck? That shit was crazy. Nigga had Malcolm X glasses on. Was crazy. This nigga looking dumb as hell. And meanwhile, Shorty up there looking proper. This nigga looking like a derelict. And on top of that, he up there talking crazy, this Shorty. Talking crazy. And she looking mad, talking mad intricate, making him look like a clown. He just got totally outclassed. And the messed up part about it is Swamp is actually dope. Swamp is dope, but he came to this battle very one-dimensional. Very one-dimensional. And he paid for it, man. Yo, it's crazy. What the fuck was this nigga supposed to be doing, man? Yo, who told him that blazer was dope, man? It's crazy. Crazy. Now, if you look at all of her rounds was cleverly constructed. They was real intricate. She really made him look bad by talking down on her. Her approach, her persona, her delivery, her presence up there really made it difficult for Swamp to deliver his rounds, in my opinion. It's like she really set the tone for the night with like, yo, just disrespecting the ladies is not really gonna work. You gotta do more than that. And Swamp kind of wrote himself into a corner by going 3 rounds of just like straight, for the most part, battering her and like being very disrespectful. Now that's cool, but you can't just have 3 rounds of that. That was very one-dimensional. And in a lot of his interviews, he said he was going to rap with her. He needed way more than that. But it seemed like she out-rapped him. So salute to KCJ for the execution, because if she would have slipped up or stumbled here and there, like, she could have easily fuck around and lost this battle, because Swamp wasn't like whack. I'm not going to sit here and try to say Swamp was whack. He did get his ass whipped, and that's the problem. Like, he had 3 good rounds, 3 solid rounds. He didn't slip. It's not like he lost for a particular reason or he didn't beat himself. He just got beat. And you know, a lot of times when battle rappers lose, they get to have some sort of excuse or discrepancy with the loss. This was a clean loss for somebody that was just better than you. Now, you can call it an off day in battle rap, cool. But I think you did what you wanted to do. It just wasn't enough. And I feel like more of that is because her persona and the way she was delivering made your rounds not as effective. Like, I was very impressed watching her on defense and on offense and in the face-offs too. I was very impressed because it's like her aura nullified what you were doing and saying. It's not like what you were saying or doing really was whack. Like, it's just like she made your shit whack with her presence. And that's not easy to do. And if you look at it, her angles was on point as well. And even in the face-off, she won both of the face-offs. She brought up the twerk battle, and that shit, she made a lot of good points with that. And oh yeah, let's get into that. I get what Swamp was saying when in reference to the twerk battle. Let me just touch on that real quick. Like, I seen Swamp saying that he wrote 6 rounds for twerk, and he decided not to use the best rounds in that battle because he realized twerk wasn't prepared and he didn't need his most powerful rounds to win. Now that sounds good. That sounds great. When you first hear it, it's like, oh yeah, ooh, that sounds cool. But when you break it down and really get into it, it's not that smart, and it don't really make sense for particularly him to do something like that in that type of battle. Let me explain. In a big battle like that, with a person like New Jersey Twerk, arguably one of the best new niggas do it. He even said that in the face-off himself. You gotta put your best foot forward. You don't have time to be pulling punches. And not doing so puts you in a position where people start saying, if Twerk didn't choke, you would have clearly lost that battle. So basically, Twerk choking still put up a debatable in a lot of people's eyes, or felt like if Twerk would have gave 100%, he would have beat you. Now, you're also not in a position to be repurposing rounds in such a big battle. That really doesn't make sense. Now look, another problem with that is, if you decided to shelf the best material you wrote for that battle so you can use it later on down the line, that means you had some fire material, but it was probably generic. It was probably material that can go for anybody, and stuff that was not written specifically for Twerk. So I don't know if that makes any sense either. So you claim you didn't use your best material in that battle because Twerk wasn't prepared. So if the material was specifically for Twerk, you can never use it again, so you might as well have used it. And if it wasn't, then you wrote some generic material that you plan on repurposing for probably somebody else down the line. Now that's cool, but I don't think that's a good idea. And basically, KCJ brought these points up, and I was actually agreeing with her, so she was making some good points in the face-off. Now, let's get to the elephant in the room, Swamp. Yeah, Swamp, I'm not done with you yet. Let's get to the elephant in the room. You've been chasing T-Top since your debut, my guy. Since your debut battle, you've been mentioning T-Top name. You've been slandering this man. You've been downplaying his skill every chance you get. But ever since you've been in the game, honestly, T-Top been doing his thing. You've been doing your thing as well, but T-Top ain't been slacking. You created a whole campaign to get the battle lined up, and you actually got the battle lined up. It actually worked. You got yourself in a position where you can get the battle and probably get the money you were looking for to battle somebody of that nature. Then you say you don't want the battle. Now you don't want the battle. After T-Top had a great showing with B-Dot, now all of a sudden you don't want the battle. You claim you don't want to get Rusty waiting on the battle and he catch you slipping. Okay, cool. I wouldn't want to walk into a fight like that unprepared either. So you decide to take KCJ on Kings and Queens, which is also a great card to be on. A lot of profile on his card, a lot of publicity on his card, but then you get 30'd. Now here's the problem. You didn't choke, you didn't stumble, you wasn't up there fucking around, you wasn't up there playing, but you still got 30. And that's the dumbest shit in the world. Now, this is when your genius marketing scheme comes back to backfire on you. I admit, your marketing was genius. Even that post you made with, I don't want to battle T-Top now, I think it was genius. Because T-Top and B-Dot was making a lot of noise with their battle. And you kind of took some steam from that with your post that made absolutely no sense. But it worked. It was a genius strategy. But now that's going to backfire on you. Because you claim you didn't win battle T-Top after he had a good showing. Now you just got 30. And I don't think you're in a position to turn this battle down now. And I bet you T-Top see blood. So now you're in a terrible position where you have to win this next battle. But all in all, speaking of this battle, this event as a whole was amazing. I thoroughly enjoyed myself. Swamp is also a marketing genius. I appreciated the way he was marketing himself leading up to the battle with KCJ. He is a class act at this point. He is making himself into a household name, but this was definitely a bad luck. You got to catch a homie, my man. KCJ is here to stay. The Bardashians, man. Like, I wasn't really feeling the Bardashian name shit, but it is what it is. Who cares? But I will say this. The females involved with the Bardashians, Jazz, Official, and KCJ, they are a fucking problem. I'm super excited for the next Queen of the Ring event. I want to see what the hell KCJ gonna do next. Who the hell she gonna 3-0 next? Because she been giving up some stellar performances, man. And yo, straight up, a lot of y'all females got to come out of retirement because it's lit now. It's lit now. Where y'all at? Where y'all at? Let's go. You already know what it is. It's your motherfucking boy, Cage in the Basement. And I'm out, man.